Chances are you must have at least once in your life walked out of a finance class feeling totally lost about how to manage your money in the real world. Believe it or not, you're not alone. Financial literacy seems to be a missing piece of the puzzle for many of us. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Prosperity Pulse Point. Today we're understanding the teachings of Dave Ramsey, a personal finance guru who's all about building wealth through smart habits and ditching debt. Now, Ramsey's approach might not be for everyone, but you can't go wrong with his methods, and there are definitely some powerful skills he teaches that can benefit anyone looking to take control of their finances. So stick till the end, because in this video, we're unpacking 9 key money management skills you probably won't learn in a traditional finance class. From building wealth through behavior, not just income, to creating a plan for every dollar you earn, we're covering it all. Let's jump right in. Chapter 1. Start thinking like rich people. Alright, let's dive into the first skill that Dave Ramsey so passionately preaches. Thinking like rich people. Now, before you picture fancy cars and mansions, here's the twist. Dave Ramsey defines rich a little differently. Forget about net worth, it's all about cash flow. That means having enough money coming in every month to cover your expenses and leaving you with some breathing room. Think of it like this. A truly rich person isn't stressed about bills piling up. They have a system in place where their money works for them, not the other way around. So, the first step is shifting your mindset. It's not just about making a high income. It's about building habits that create wealth over time. Chapter 2. Create a plan for your money. Okay, skill number 2. Creating a plan for your money. This is where Dave Ramsey's famous baby steps come in. We have covered these steps in full details in another video on the channel, so make sure to check that out. But here, just think of them as a roadmap to financial freedom, broken down into 7 manageable steps. We won't have time to cover all of them today, but the key takeaway here is the importance of having a written plan and setting clear priorities for your financial goals. Just like you wouldn't embark on a road trip without a map, you shouldn't navigate your finances without a plan. The baby steps provide a framework to tackle debt, build emergency savings, invest for retirement, and ultimately achieve financial peace of mind. Chapter 3. Avoid more debt. Alright, let's talk debt. Now Ramsey is pretty aggressive about this one. He makes a clear distinction between good debt and bad debt. Good debt, like a mortgage on a house you can afford, can be a tool to build wealth. But bad debt, like credit cards with sky-high interest rates, is a drag on your financial progress. Think of it like this. Bad debt is like a heavy anchor, holding you back from reaching your financial goals. The interest payments you make on bad debt are essentially throwing money away. Ramsey's philosophy is to avoid bad debt like the plague. We'll discuss some strategies for doing just that a little later in the video. Chapter 4. Live on less than you earn. Skill number 4. Living on less than you earn, also known as living below your means. This might sound like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how easy it is to fall into the trap of lifestyle creep, spending more and more as your income increases. Here's the key. Ramsey emphasizes the power of a budget. It's all about tracking your income and expenses to see exactly where your money goes. Once you have a clear picture, you can start to identify areas where you can cut back. Ramsey even has a system called the envelope system, where you allocate cash to different spending categories like groceries or entertainment. This can be a great way to stay on track and avoid overspending. Remember, living below your means isn't about deprivation. It's about being intentional with your money and making smart choices so you can achieve your financial goals faster. Chapter 5. Invest in your retirement. Alright, let's talk about retirement. Now, you might already be thinking that I am too young to think about retirement. Well, you are wrong. This is where the magic of compound interest comes into play. The sooner you start investing for retirement, the more time your money has to grow exponentially. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. The earlier you start, the bigger the snowball becomes by retirement. Ramsey emphasizes the importance of getting started early, even if you can only contribute a small amount each month. Consistency is key. We won't dive into the details of specific investment strategies today, but the takeaway here is to prioritize your retirement savings. The future you will thank you for it. Chapter 6. Donate generously. Now on to a concept that might surprise you, and I am sure you would not hear about it in any financial class. giving back. Dave Ramsey is a big believer that generosity plays a role in financial well-being. He encourages people to donate a portion of their income to causes they care about. Here's the thing. Ramsey talks about tithing, which is giving 10% of your income. But it's important to remember, this is a personal decision based on your beliefs and financial situation. The key takeaway is the act of giving itself. Studies even show that giving to others can actually boost your own happiness. Whether it's a set amount each month or volunteering your time, there are countless ways to make a difference. The important thing is to find what works for you and integrate giving into your overall financial plan. Chapter 7. Give every dollar a job. Alright, we're circling back to that all-important budget. This is where skill number 7 comes in, giving every dollar a job. Remember, Ramsey is a big proponent of zero-based budgeting. This means allocating every single dollar you earn to a specific category, from rent and groceries to savings and entertainment. Imagine your income is like a team of workers. With zero-based budgeting, you're assigning each worker a specific task and ensuring there are no slackers. Every dollar has a purpose, and there's no room for leftover cash to burn a hole in your pocket. This approach might seem restrictive at first, but it can be incredibly empowering. Chapter 8. Housing costs. Keep it to 25% or less. Housing is probably the biggest expense for most people, and Dave Ramsey is a big advocate for keeping your housing costs in check. He recommends aiming for 25% or less of your gross monthly income going towards rent or mortgage payments, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Here's the thinking. A smaller house payment frees up more money for other financial goals, like building savings or paying off debt. It's about prioritizing affordability over square footage. Ramsey would encourage you to consider a cozy house in a desirable neighborhood over a McMansion that stretches your budget thin. Remember, your home shouldn't be a financial burden. By keeping housing costs under control, you have more flexibility to pursue your financial dreams. Chapter 9. Avoiding store credit cards. Speaking of keeping your finances under control, let's talk about debt-free living, a core principle of Dave Ramsey's philosophy. One area he highlights is store credit cards. These cards might seem tempting with their instant discounts and points programs, but Ramsey argues they're a recipe for trouble. Here's the catch. Store credit cards often come with sky-high interest rates. Just a few missed payments can trap you in a cycle of debt that can quickly derail your financial progress. Ramsey encourages avoiding store credit cards altogether. Those instant discounts often get swallowed up by the interest you pay if you don't pay your balance in full each month. Instead, Ramsey suggests sticking to debit cards or cash to avoid the temptation of overspending and the burden of high-interest debt. There are plenty of ways to save without getting caught in the store credit card trap. Alright, that wraps up our exploration of 9 key money management skills you won't necessarily learn in a traditional finance class, all inspired by Dave Ramsey's approach. If you're interested in learning more about Dave Ramsey's baby steps or his specific strategies, I encourage you to check out the resources in the video description below. There are also links to his website and social media channels where you can find a wealth of information. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more personal finance content. Thanks for watching!